So what is requirement analysis? So requirement analysis is the process of the understanding, analyzing, and documenting the what our system or software should do based on the user needs. So it likes to the what exactly does the customer want the system do. So why it is important? It is the first and most critical phase in the software development process. It can enable to the errors and can lead to the project failure and even if coding is perfect. So the fixing recruitment and errors will the cost of 100 to 10 to 100 times. The real-time example is the food delivery application. So if recruitment say only order food, but the user can miss to the understand to the order cancellation and refunding handling. The app fails to the in real customer usage. So the process of recruitment gathering process. So first understanding the project goals and the objectives. Next, identifying stakeholders and their needs. Third, gathering and documentation and the functional non-functional requirements and collaboration and communication and documentation and organization and review and validation and change management and recruitment traceability. They are playing major roles in the software development process. So understanding the project and the goals is the so what kind of requirement can user can give, how to work and perform the real-time application the way they can identify and understanding to the project documentation goals and next identifying stakeholder and their needs. So stakeholder means clients or customers, the clients how to work for the software development process. So how they perform in the real-time base. So the equipment gathering process give to the this kind of work in the software development process. So next we see to the software requirements. So what is requirement? So the requirement describes to the capability and the function and the constraints of the system. They give four types. First, functional requirements and non-functional requirements and user requirement and system requirements. So what is functional requirement? The functional requirement define the what the system should do. So they have three kind of characteristics. So first, the features of the system and the business logic. Next, say the how to work the input, process, output. The user can give the input, the input gives some process, the process give to the output. So next example is the online examination system. Student can register and the student can attend the exam. System evaluate the answers. System generate the result. So this is the one most important the online exam system. Next we see about the ATM systems. So authenticate user, the withdraw cash, display the balance, print receipt. So they can define. So how what is the system do? It can define for the basic methods. So it's like called like a functional requirements. So the real-time example of the functional equipment. First we see about online banking, mobile banking, ATM banking, and a direct deposit and electronic fund transfer. It's called like EFT, the electric bill payment and online investing. So they are performing into the real-time in the functional equipments. So next we see about the non-functional equipments. It's called like NRF, NFRS. So non-functional equipments defined to the how will the system should work. So they are focused on the quality and performance on the software. It's not like a features. So the types is the performance and the security and reliability, usability, scalability, and availability. They are given to this type of non-functional requirements in the software. So the real-time example is the e-commerce website. So e-commerce website like as a Flipkart and Amazon, they are working for the based on the two time. Second is that 2 seconds before the time. So it handled 10,000 concurrent users. So security payment and income is very important for the non-functional requirement. So if site is slow, user can leave even if the future are correct. So they are working for the more reliability and more scalability in the non-functional equipment. Example, e-commerce websites. So the online website is the Amazon, Flipkart is working for the so many long for all kind of users accessing the every time. So next the functional versus non-functional equipments. So they are difference between the functional is the what system does, non-functional is the how system behaves, and the features of the quality and the login and the login speed and the payment security. They are the difference between the functional and non-functional. So these the example for the user equipment and simple language from the our point of view. So user requirements. So user can require to the high level needs written in the simple language. So it is how to work for the non-technical and the customer-oriented is to understand. So they are the main major role in the user equipments. So the real-time exam is the college management application. Students wants to the online attendance. The faculty can mark to the entry, and the parents want to the performance reports. They are the college management application in the user equipment. So next we see about the system equipment. So to convert to the user needs in the technical instruction. So example, we like the browser. You can, if you can browse some data, you can send the request from the API. API is the application interface model. It can go to the server moves to the database, and the database check and collect to the user equipment data. It moves to the server and it gives to the application interface. It give to the browser for the receive request. So this is the system equipment model. So system equipments are detailed and a technical description delivered from the user equipments. So the character is the developer oriented. So it prescribes this and structured used for design and testing model. So example is the user equipment. Students want to see the attendance. System equipment system should call to the calculate the attendance percentage from daily records displayed in the student wise. So they are so system equipment model in the software development. So we see about to the SRS models. So it's like a legal agreement between the customer and developer. Software equipment specification gives to the functional and performance, interface, maintainability, reliability, safety, and quality. They are the basic types. So next we see the software equipment specifications. So it's like to the formal documentation that all systems are equipments. So why SRS is important? It acts as contact between the client and developer. Helps design, coding, testing, and maintenance. It avoids misunderstanding. So the real-time exams the library management system. So the book you can issue some kind of set up the rules is available in the library. The maximum books per students is fine calculation and user roles. So their user roles are involved to the admin, librarian, student. So it perform like to the SRS documentation purpose. So recruitment engineering process. So what is recruitment? This is a systematic process to develop recruitments. The user can give to the data, it collects the systematic recruitment process. So steps are feasibility study, recruitment selection, recruitment analysis, and recruitment validation and recruitment management. They are performing to the recruitment engineering. So first we see about the feasibility study. It seeks to the whether system is possible to and practical. So the types are technical and feasibility and economic feasibility, the operational feasibility and legal feasibility. They are performed to the feasibility studies. So example mobile banking app, the technical can give to the can handle secure transaction and economic give to the budget available and legal give the RBI and data protection rules. So if every Google Pay and Phone Pay, the applications follow this kind of method in the online transaction models. So next is the Elixir is talking, observing to the listening. So the business analysis entry questions like to the how would you manage the demand stakeholders? What tools does business analysts need to execute their job well? And have you ever recommend a different course for action for a client? So how do project usually approach by a project? So this is the basic business analysis entry questions for the interview. So next recommendation is the process of collecting equipments from stakeholders and the techniques to the interviews and the questionnaires and observation and workshop and the brainstorming. They are the election model in the case of this recruitment elections. So example is the hospital system. Doctor can check to the patient history. Nurse can give to the medicine tracking. The admin can make to the billing and report. So they are working to the collaboratively in the recruitment election process. So recruitment analysis. So the recruitment analysis is used for the checked for conflicts and clarified and prioritized and refined it. So they are analyzed to the basic kind of and quality recruitments. Example, doctor wants to the full patient access, admin want to accept to the access. So the analysis to resolve the conflict using role and permission. So one doctor can view to the patient reports, the analyst give to the access for the doctor. So it's like the recruitment analysis. So next we see the recruitment validation. So first we see to the accuracy and the completeness. So it like ensure all recruitments are fully detailed and free from the errors. So next, structured framework. It should provide a systematic and approach for the managing and recruitment throughout to the project. So next, continuous alignment. So they are regularly update recruitments to match evolving customer needs. This is customer satisfaction. So the recruitment validation for focus on the customer satisfaction. So customer what should need for the customer mentality of in the software development. The requirement gives to the original value of the customer need satisfaction. So next, requirement validation types, basic models that ensures the requirements are correct and complete and consistent and testable. They are involving in the validation process. So next is techniques. So it review and walkthroughs and prototypes and test case generation. So they are working for the validation process. So review the data can collect and it is generate to the basic set of questions are available in the data model like to the review. So test case generation, the requirements are working and performance are checking for the test case generation. So next, there are 5 stages in the change of management process. So preparing for the change and designing change and implementing change and then adapting change and sustainability change. They are working for 5 steps in the change management system. So requirement management, it can do the change in the requirements during the development. So activities, change control, version management and traceability and impact analysis. Example, client adds to the dark mode after development starts and analyze the check cost time and design impact. So next, classical requirement analysis. So it called like a structured system analysis. So it like to the function oriented approach, the focus on the data flow. It uses to the diagram instead of the of text. So the tool like a DFT, it like a data flow diagram. It is a diagrammatic representation of the software development. So we see to the development for data flow diagram. So the how data moves from the real-time example. So not how code works. It due to the how to the base mind map of a software development. So the user can place the order. So the order from the online store, it checks to the order and order validates and ask for the confirmation order. So it go to the user and place order and inform of the store to the database. This is the DFT data flow diagram for the online application order process. So next data flow diagram. In the real-time example, we see to the library system. Student can request the book. The process can move for the issue the book. The data store can check the database, and output is the confirmation slip. So they are looking for data flow diagram. So DFT shows how data moves, not programming language logics. So next pretty nets handle parallel activities. So pretty nets like it, but the looping process is like the repetition process. So first we see to the example the uh, pretty nets have parallel activities. So we did the mathematical model used to the refer from the concurrent system. When the multiple events occur simultaneously, it synchronizes is critical. The example is the traffic signal system. So only one direction get green and token signals are in the flow and they are purported to prevent accidents. So it's like to the data dictionary avoid to the configuration and data usage. So data dictionary, what is data dictionary? A centralized repository of the data definitions. It contains data name and type, length, description. So whenever you develop the data type or data name, it gives to the developing process to how to store the data in the data dictionary. For example, if you store an student ID in the scholarship system, so they can give to the type in the integer and the length and the description to the unique student number. It can easily find for the student ID or student details. So next we see about to the common problems of the recruitment analysis. So first we see the ambiguous requirements and ignoring non-functional requirements and poor communication and frequent control in the changes. So they are involved into the user and customer misunderstanding for the developing process. They can give to the valid inputs from the developer. It can analyze in the basic model to how to the design work, how to system performance in the basic of user communications. So it likes to the data performance is mainly monitoring for the common forms for equipment analysis. So it reduces to give to the good software design equipment. So the good equipment give to the developing process important to the software development. So the summaries we see about the requirement is define the system access, so system successes and the functional non-functional both are critical and SR is the backbone of the project and the proper analysis prevents the failure. So these are involving in the requirement analysis process. So requirement define system success. So how to you collect to the requirement of the user? They can give to the basic kind of method in the application software development test the platform. So functional, non-functional, both are critical. So you can develop to the requirements are designing process can give to the functional, non-functional, both are critical. And the SRS work on software projects and the proper analysis makes to the prevents failure. So I can ask for some questions for the software development process. So first, if any app crashes but many features, so will you still use it? Why? So it's like commonly allow using in the software development applications. So if you like most frequent application, it is will crash it, but you will need to the another time. So why? That's all like you look like other based on this software service and service quality. Okay. So what is different between the feature and the quality? So security like a feature and quality due to the security is the securable devices. So it's like the example to the feature. So before building a house, what will ask the owner? So you, before building a house, what will before house owner? So if like first question is the what is the budget, what is the estimation? So in this method follow like to the software development process also. So